Guys, Heather Henschel with Henshel Method here, and I wanted to come on to talk to you guys about something that has like a little gray area in it. And it is comparison and filters. So I want to talk about it because I feel like it's really, really important. Okay, first of all, I am someone who loves to show people the end of the tunnel. Like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and what does that look like? What does it feel like? A lot of people are stuck inside the tunnel, and it's dark, it's lonely, and they look for outside sources to kind of like fill them with a band-aid, and they're not getting to the root cause of certain things. I'm a big believer in healing our bodies a certain way, and I will always use my voice, you guys. Always, 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 to help you. Always. So don't worry. I will never, ever shut down. The people who try to do that to you are the people who are so afraid of you. They're afraid. They're like, damn, this girl is on fire. I'm afraid of her. I'm going to try to, people, when they try to intimidate you or they have to use things. I know narcissistic people, like, big time. Narcissism is a real thing. And yeah, I don't think it's in everybody. I mean, everyone has a bit of narcissism, but like a real narcissist will really try to, intimidate you with their titles or anything like that. And to me, it's so dumb. It's dumb. Don't intimidate me, because you ain't. And I will always use my voice. Like, when people try to do that, it's like you're messing with the wrong gal, because you don't know me and you don't know what I'm capable of. And this little throat here will be chit-chatting about anything I want. So, especially helping, like the fact that I helped a client get off her anxiety medication, I'm going to definitely be talking about that, because that's a gray area that no one really wants to touch, or they're afraid to. But I do know a lot of people and holistic people. I know the producer of the Heal documentary, Kelly Gores, who I'm going to be talking a lot more about this subject to her, because I have questions to ask her regarding this, because she knows a lot of people, like Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, like people in this field that are like scientists and doctors. So, but they take the holistic approach. They're like about their mind and like how strong it is. And we all have a strong mind, you guys. All of us do. So anyways, filters. Let's talk about that, you guys. So filters. Now, I don't care if people do filters. What bothers me about filters is when people are selling like a skincare line, let's say, and then they put a filter on, and they're like, oh, it's did this to my skin, but it's a filter. So you have no clue what their real skin looks like. So people buy this product thinking they're going to have that skin, and it's not true. And the thing is, too, you have to remember, filtering, like, our skin starts from within. Okay, yes, a toner can help remove dirt, so it's not clogging your pores. I use a Clarisonic, maybe twice, just depending, 3 times a week, and it removes all the dead skin off my face. I rarely use a foundation. I love a good tint. I do have, I'm not wearing it, but it's ILA. I think that's how you say it, Illa. But it's freaking, I love it. It's I should have brought it over here to show you guys. I don't think I really would touch on this, but it's like a tint, and it has hydrochloric acid in it. Am I saying that right? And because I have dry skin, but it makes my skin feel really fresh and dewy. And it's not heavy, because I don't like a big heavy foundation. So if I'm going out, I'll use that. And then they have a stick where it's more coverage. It's like a little stick thing. And I'm like, this is rad. I'm not a makeup person. Like, I don't even know how to like do the, what is it? Like the highlight stuff. I have no clue how to freaking do that. I honestly wish I knew how to like really do the makeup like that. I just don't. But like I'm wearing just moisturizer. And this isn't a filter. Like, and I can't even edit this, by the way. So this is not, my videos are not edited. My old ones are, but since I have my Mac and I could use the camera on here, I've been doing that. It's just so much easier and easier to upload to YouTube and much faster. But I have, I have some eyeliner, some mascara on, a little tiny bit of concealer, and lip gloss. Always a lip gloss, guys. And then with my hair, I don't have to wash my hair for like 5 days max. I use just, the dry shampoo. I wash my hair Sunday fun day, and I just got a flat iron today and just went whoop and did a little curl and brushed my hair and called it a day. So I'm definitely not one to be like, I gotta look perfect but I feel good when I do it up a little bit. So when people do filters on their thing and it makes them feel good, it's like, just do it. I throw on hoops. I'm gonna go freaking lift weights with my hoops on. Like, is that such a big deal? I mean, do people really care is what I'm wondering. But again, the filter is when you're trying to sell something, and it's like misleading, totally misleading. I don't agree with that. I really don't. Bethany Frankel talks about that too. And like my stories and stuff, I never, ever filter myself in any of them. I am who I am. And, my stories too, like I don't edit anything. And by the way, on here, the only reason why I don't edit, I'm going to be quite honest, is because I don't have the software on here to edit yet. But I can't wait for that, because there's sometimes like I'll get a phone call I got to take, or my kids need me. I need to go sign something. Like something happens and I'm like, crap, I can't pause this because there's no way to put them together, because I can't send it to my phone. There's just not, I don't think there's just not enough storage, but it's like, they're just too long. Anyways, I don't want to get into it, but I just can't do it. So filtering, I also think like people, like is Botox filtering? I get Botox. I haven't had it in a long time. Excuse me, but what do you think? Is it? And is it the same thing as getting braces, right? Braces are a correction. Like I got Invisalign because I had a huge like gap forming between my tooth, and it was so freaking annoying. And I'm like, I'm just gonna get Invisalign. I don't actually have the thing on right now, but I love the Invisalign. It was rad. My teeth out here are all nice and straight. It was just the bottom ones that were getting jacked up. So, is that filtering? Is it like Botox? You're getting something that is corrective, So when people talk about certain things, or people who have breast implants, and then they talk about people who have Botox, like it makes me laugh, because it's the same thing. You got something fake in you, so it's silly stuff, you guys. It's silly. But I will never shame somebody for getting Botox, or like I tell my husband, when I met my husband, I didn't have Botox. I just started getting Botox. So just like really right here and up here. So I have like this little eye lift, which I freaking love. What was that? Something like, no, they're not there. It's outside. Interesting. Anyways, I like that little eye lift, but I tell my husband, like, I'm never going to go under surgery ever. So why not just utilize Botox, and I don't get it done. I think some people say every 3 months. I'm like twice a year, if that. Twice a year, if that. So, and the particular girl I go through is freaking very inexpensive. I got her information from my hairdresser, and she's freaking amazing too. So it's not like going to an actual medical center and getting it done where it costs thousands of dollars, which is freaking ridiculous. I would not spend that much. I would rather have wrinkles than spend that freaking much. I would put that towards a vacay. But again, there's nothing wrong with getting Botox, with getting breast implants, with, people, I've had my lips done once. Like, who cares? It's fun. I don't have fillers, by the way. I just have Botox. But even if I had them, it wouldn't matter. Like, again, Bethany Frankel talks about all the time, filters and stuff. But has Botox. She has fillers. And it's like, to me, I feel like we're still filtering ourselves if we're getting it. And I'm going to be honest. So if somebody wants to filter themselves who don't have Botox, who cares? As long as they're, again, not selling something. Like for me, like Botox isn't going to make my face look good. You still got to take care of yourself inside and out. Okay. I drink a ton of water, tons. I take my vitamins. I'm really big with taking a multi, and I'm very big with taking my omegas. And I know that's really good for our skin. I make sure I zero stress. I'm really not a stressed out person. Of course, times will come when I can be. I just have to learn how to not react and how to utilize my breath to handle the situation. Or just take some time and clear my mind somehow. I also, but like again, eating right and not drinking has been a game changer. And my husband and I are doing the cleanse with the, I wouldn't say it's a cleanse, but every morning we just do a juice. I still eat breakfast, but we juice every morning, and we'll make it at night, drink it. Unless it's the weekend, we were doing it on the actual morning. But we do apple, cucumber, celery, turmeric, ginger, and we were doing some cilantro in it, but that was for a couple days because that's a really good heavy metal detox, using cilantro. And but I mean, my skin, you guys, I did notice a difference. It's like I don't have bad skin, I have to say, but my skin does not. It's so fresh, like really fresh, like glowy fresh. So I really think that the juice is doing a lot. And I wanted to keep doing it because I want to be able to tell people about the results. And if they're interested in it, be like, okay, well, this is what we used. And like I had coffee today, but normally I haven't had any coffee at all since we've been doing it. So today's the first time I've had a cup of coffee. I just was craving it. I was like, ooh, hair stuck in my lip gloss. I love my lip gloss. But yeah, and my hair, since I stopped drinking, has grown tremendously, and it just keeps growing. And I think also since I've been juicing, I know it's only been for 6 days, but my hair is just really shiny, and it's just, I feel different. I feel good. I feel grounded. It's just, everything was good that's going into my body. And I'm also going to say, I'm not one of those people that eats clean 24/7. I have processed stuff. I mean, ground turkey's processed. I love having certain types of chips and dip. I love dip. Let's see what else. I'm just not one of those over obsessive people who have to eat everything clean. I'm not rigid whatsoever. And I feel like there's a balance too. So, comparing people, who it's just you got to find that balance in between. You got to find that center. I don't really like to use the word balance, but in this case I am. I just know what feels good in my body, and I know what does not feel good in my body. How are my energy levels this day? and the next day. And then like if I'm eating something like crap the next day, I'll wake up the next day feeling like crap. And you just know what doesn't feel good in you. So when people say like they can eat anything and they feel great, like anything, and they have like, someone told me this before, what was it, like a steel tummy or something like that. I'm like, well, have you had surgeries before? Like, let's talk about that. Because if you've had to like have corrective surgeries because you've had some type of issue, then that's a lie. That's contradicting. That's a false information that you're advertising to people. People should know that you don't have a stomach of steel, that you actually have had massive issues before. Food can correct that. Like I tell even like my dad, acid reflux, super corrective. I don't care if it's a freaking gene or not. What are you fucking eating? Duh. Like what are you eating that's causing this? Are you eating too late at night? My husband and I don't eat late at night. Like I feel so good when I wake up in the morning. I sleep amazing. And if I eat right before bed, I've done it before, I feel like shit. I do. Because my body is now focused on digesting the food versus giving me all the stuff that I need to do and able to wake up feeling good. And it just messes everything up. So I'm a big believer in like 2 to 3 hours before bedtime eating dinner. And if you can, move your body after you eat. So sometimes my husband and I will go walk around the property or move somehow. So, but, got off track. Food, sleeping, food. So, people, like they're so contradicting. Like people will shame people for the way that they eat, oh, it's clean. And then they post about, like people who say this is so healthy for you, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll shame them for what they're eating. But yet people will, eat like and have to count their food, everything. And they'll overeat because they want to build muscle. To me, I will never force myself when I'm not hungry to overeat. It does not feel good. And I'm not going to do that to my body. I feel like that disrupts so much of the gut and brain connection. So much. You're forcing something. So now to me, that could be borderline eating disorder. So call me crazy, but it can be. I feel like you're full and you're forcing, you're like, I gotta eat all this. Like I weighed it, and then weighing your food. It's like, it's insane to me. So my biggest thing is, you guys, don't compare other people and their lifestyle. Do what feels good to you. Okay. Do what feels good to you. To me, weighing food, hell to the no. Like I'm not going to do that. That's such a waste of my time and my energy. And I am not trying to get bulk. I'm not. Like I feel healthy within my body. And I know people who do this and they don't shame other people. They're living their life. They want to get bulky, and that's totally fine. But it's the people that will, shame other people and say, it's not normal. Well, tell me that weighing food and overeating is normal? Okay. So just be aware, be self-aware, listen to your body. Like I know for sure, I probably said listen to your body a million times. Sorry guys. I repeat myself sometimes. But really becoming self-aware of like what feels good and what doesn't feel good to you. I know when we were doing this, actually, the counting macros and stuff, we were doing this together. And actually the girl who was helping me, it's freaking amazing. I really liked her. She's so nice. And she would give me more like, I don't like lunch meat because it does not make me feel good. It makes me feel like crap. There's something in it that is icky. And so we switched it up to shredded chicken. I would throw in the crock pot and make it that way for sandwiches, which is such a great alternative because you can make so much, and it's a lot cheaper than getting lunch meat. So, but yeah, so I was doing that, but I was like, I had to tell her finally, I was like, I cannot eat all this food. I just don't feel comfortable forcing myself to eat this. Like, I don't want to, and my husband too, he's like, dude, his plate full of like egg whites and oatmeal. It was just like, he had cream of wheat because he's not an oatmeal type of guy. It was just so much. So we cut it down a lot. And we felt good. So just realize, you don't have to compare yourself or think you have to do something someone else is doing. Be self-aware. What does it feel like to you? If you want to gain weight and gain muscle, then yes, like I would totally take the approach of finding somebody who can have you count macros, have you eat more, and what's going to add muscle and weight. Weight so you can add muscle, right? That's kind of the point. And you'll probably have no cardio because that's the whole point of gaining muscle. But I don't, when I talk to my clients and they want to know, like, I like to know their lifestyle habits, like what are they doing? I don't want their life to be so like rigid. I feel like discipline is beautiful. I feel like that's a great thing. So discipline is a beautiful thing. And also getting out of your own way, like being able to, get out of bed, do your meditation, your breathing, and getting on with your day. You just want that little tiny moments to connect with yourself, find some gratitude, set your intention for the day. What do you want your day to look like? It's such a game changer. I tell you, you start becoming more self-aware of especially what you're putting in your body, what you're looking on social media. And that's where the comparison comes in. Like, we're comparing ourselves to so many people with, people who are filtered. And we see them being filtered and we're like, oh, why don't I look like that? Well, because no one does. They're filtered. Who is it? Was it Khloe? Okay, so Khloe Kardashian, I think that was the one who had that bikini shot and she was pissed because they didn't filter her. And didn't make her body look different, and she had them take it down, like this picture. To me, I'm sorry, but that's just horrible. Show your body. It blows my mind that we're still in this society that's like that, still in the society where people have to be filtered, still in a society where, people want a quick fix, so that's another thing too, when people are so contradicting. They talk about people who want quick fixes in diets, right? Like taking something, and they'll shame them for that, but yet they'll get on a quick fix medication for something to help them, like with anxiety or anything like that. I'm not talking about anyone on here in particular, but I'm just talking about people who shame other people for that. It's so contradicting, and people it blows my mind that they're so naive, or they just don't even see that. They don't even see it. So when people come on here and tell me I'm shaming or doing this or that, that's bullshit. I'm not shaming. Ever would I shame you guys for living the life that you live. And I have friends who are on anxiety medication, and I don't shame them. I fucking love them. I love them, and they know that I will always be there for them. I will always have their back no matter what. They know that. And it's just, for me, there's no credibility in somebody who, talks about quick fixes and shames people, which I again don't believe in that either, but they're also quick fixing their lifestyle by taking something and then shaming someone else for doing the same thing. So it's a little contradicting to me. But again, you guys, like I said, I don't shame people on here. I'm here for you guys, here to support you. And yeah, so I want to wrap it up. If you have questions, let me know. I feel like in this society, we're comparing ourselves, how some people look or whatnot, and it starts within. It really does. Like, look at your overall lifestyle. Like, what can you change today? Like, what can you do today to start that, that, I want to say, fast track to the end of the tunnel, like to that journey, like where can you like start, being able to get in touch with yourself. So you're along this ride, and every time you get to that station, you're more aware, you're more aware, you're more aware. And until finally you're like, shit, I feel better. I feel good. You're not comparing yourself, you're in your own space. And I compared myself for years, and it didn't do anything for me. It didn't make me feel better. Didn't change me. I thought I was alone. So, I suffered from probably depression, and I suffered from depression at one point. And I knew that I just did not want to take anything and be reliant on something. So I chose the ladder, whatever, however you say it. I chose a different option. And that's just how I am. Like, I chose a different option, and that was my opinion. I saw, Darren Weissman. He's on the documentary Heal. Such an amazing person. I had the chance and opportunity to speak with him a few times, and it just started that healing journey for me. Also started awakening me to what did not feel good. And, when people don't like what I'm teaching or what I'm saying, it also taught me to do it even more, because those people are just so fearful of you, and they're afraid that you're going to change the world, and I didn't have to. And again, like, I would never bash somebody for ever going to college or anything like that. But I went to college, you guys. Went to school. And Bethany Frankel, mentioning to her daughter, like, she's like, I don't want her to go to college. She really wants to, she can, but unless she wants to be a doctor or a lawyer or something, yeah, like, I tell them same thing to my kids. I'm just like, what do you want to be? Like, what do you want to do? And I don't find myself needing, like, I'm so highly educated, and I'm surrounded by people who are so, like, intelligent, that didn't go to school for, to be a doctor or nutritionist or anything like that. Like Kelly Gore's, she's a producer of a Heal documentary that hit over millions and millions and millions of people. And it just blows my mind that there is that gray area still that nobody, wants to touch, or they're afraid. And it's always going to be that way, you guys. No one's going to always agree with us. No one's always going to agree with you. No one's going to always agree with the way life is and how we're handling it. Like, no one's always going to agree with our lifestyle choices and our lifestyle habits, People are going to be like, that's stupid. It's a waste of time. And for me, I personally know that taking the time to meditate, doing breathing, and journaling for me has been the biggest game changer ever, because I've always had a hyperactive mind, just like I had trouble sleeping, and I love my sleep, love it. But also, that's why, I was like, oh, I need a glass of wine to calm myself down, and then that did no good. So for me, I know just doing all this combined and getting to that spiritual realm of what feels good for me is such a game changer. It really is. And sometimes it takes time, especially the older that we get, we're stuck in habits and we're stuck in certain ways, and it takes a while to get out of. So Anyways, you guys, just wanted to hop on here and talk about that. Women should be supporting women in where their like field is, like what do they like to do. I don't think like somebody who obviously is, you know, into big pharma and stuff like that, they're not going to be supporting my channel. And, you know, a lot of people are afraid of that because that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. You know, they're funding colleges, they're funding, you know, school books that are registered dietitians are being taught this stuff because it's like, hey, let's make people more sick. And it is what it is. That's just how it is. It's the way that our life is. It's the way that's why we have to have so much power within and self-awareness that we know what does not look right. You know, it just blows my mind, you guys. It really does. I would take advice from a doctor if I have a broken bone, if I need a surgeon, but I'm not taking any other doctor's advice for anything because food is healing. Food is medicine. Like, why do you think we get upset stomachs sometimes from too much sugar? Do you think that's a coincidence? It isn't medicine, but it sure in the hell is telling you that you've had too much of something. And it's food, okay? It's food. So, yeah. And why do you think, like, black licorice is good to heal, like, digestive system, ginger, digestive system. I could not talk. But what's new? But all these different things that helps with our gut, yogurt with probiotics, it just blows my mind that people are like, oh no, food doesn't do shit. Okay. So anyways, again, but this is my channel. So people watching this, you know, you may agree, may not agree, you may be a little leery, like, but hold on tight because you guys are being for a ride of your life because, yeah, I'll be talking a lot more about this because it's been a very big topic. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me questions, and I'm actually in the middle of doing something right now. I'm actually talking to Kelly Gores and getting some feedback on some things. So yeah, my next video will be, you're going to want to watch it. So yeah, you guys, I hope that you have a beautiful day. I'm proud of you guys for getting through this video, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day.